hello. I just absolutely love that you're here. I'm Minna from Finland, and this is my welcome and sit with me in my little corner of the internet and my knitting podcast. I'm so thrilled to be here again. I'm always so excited to film in English because I feel like I'd have to be the perfect English speaker, and I sometimes find it difficult because I don't speak English at all in my other life. I mean, I watch English language documents, um, YouTubers, thank you, and I actually watch English speaking YouTubers. I don't really watch Finnish speaking YouTubers at all. So I'm sort of highly influenced by the English language, but I don't speak it that much anymore. I used to live in the UK for a few years, so then it was quite normal and fluent for me to speak, but somehow I feel just a wee bit excited to talk to the camera, and I don't know. But I'm trying my best. I'm trying to film the podcasts, not I'm hoping to do them every week, but especially now in the late summer, early autumn time, I have quite a lot of other things going on, and I'm trying to find the little slots to film this for you. But ta-da! Here I am, and I'm happy that you have joined me. I'm a knitter. I by profession, I'm a knitter. I teach people new skills, and next weekend we're going to the Idän Villafestarit, which is woolen festival event in eastern Finland, and it's a small, well, should I say small? It's smaller than the Jyväskylä Knit Festival, but there's going to be like over 1,000 people, so it's not like there's few people knitting. There's going to be a lot of people there, wool enthusiasts. It's going to be very traditional, very down to earth, and very, how should I say it? It represents the area that we are at. So I love the atmosphere there. I'm going to be teaching some workshops, and I absolutely love seeing people learn new skills, and that's what I do. Not every day, but every week. Teach people new knitting skills. Over the weekend, I'm going to be teaching the yarn dominance. How do you get the patterns standing out? And also steeking, cutting our knits, because that's always a bit exciting. So we're going to be cutting our first knits there, and then people say that it's much easier to make your own cardigan or another garment they want to cut out. And yes, you've done it before, somebody helping you through it. It's like giving birth, actually. Over the weekend, I went to Lapland with my knitting clubbers. I have this own knitting club that I run, and people buy their memberships either yearly or half yearly or monthly, and we enjoy our other company of the others. We learn new skills, we knit together, and we make things, and I absolutely love it. So the first time now we decided to have a little knitting retreat, and we went to visit the Remula estate, which is actually owned by one of my clubbers or club members, not clubbers. Clubbers, I think it stands for something else. My club member owns the farm, and I want to show you a bit what we did over the weekend.
Tiedät mikä lääryäminen meillä on? Mulla on varmaan ei ilmaa.
I decided when I went there that I'm going to knit a sweater. That's going to be my retreat knitting. You know, when you go to a retreat, you want to do something special. I had made a pattern, a sock pattern for my retreat members, and I actually made one of the socks beforehand and I knit a pair for it. It was a quick one. I don't usually knit aran or worsted weight yarn socks, so it was really, really fast knitting this. And it looks a smaller size, but it's not actually smaller, but this one hasn't been blocked. So there's a definite difference in the how it looks and actually also the size. But I know it's going to be stretched out when I block it because it has the same amount of stitches and rows. I'm not sure though. I had a little suspicion that I'm using a different, smaller needle size, but I don't think I did because I think I made the other one. I think it's only just that it's relaxed because I wouldn't have done it with 3.5mm needles because it just would have been too big. But it just looks a wee bit shorter, as you can see. We'll see how it turns out. It will fit my feet, I hope. So that was one of the retreat knits, but I wanted to make a sweater because I need a sweater. I need a sweater that actually is relaxed because I like my sweaters usually quite fitted, but I want to have a sweater that is relaxed, that, you know, well, I don't know if you do, but the cold mornings in the winter when I usually heat the stove to get the house warm again, and when I wake up and come off under the duvets and it's a wee bit chilly and you just want to put something warm on. And I actually made a pair of mitts, fingerless mitts, that when you have your cardigan on and the cold just gets under it from the wrists, you can put the fingerless mitts on. So I'm definitely preparing for winter, even though it's still summer month. And I also wanted a relaxed sweater. And this is my love yarn. This is Jalovilla Vuona. I bought it last year from Folkvilla event. It's absolutely adorable event in the middle of the summer in Hämeenkyrö, which is near Tampere. And it's one day event. There's lovely music. People are always in a good mood. And it's really chill and relaxed. And the owner of Kassapuoti, Anna Heino, also designer, she holds the event, or Kassapuoti arranges the event. And I bought this My Love yarn, Jalovilla Vuona, and I'm making sort of faded sweater, should I say. So starting with the purple, then there's purple and pink, then there's bright pink, and I have two more skeins, two more different colors. I have a purple and an orange pink left. I don't know whether or not I should have like orange at the bottom. I don't know if the purple will fit, but I don't have any orange fauna. I think that's something that I should maybe arrange for myself because I think it might suit better. But because it's a purple at the top, I think the purple at the bottom would do. As it's darker, I think it will suit me because that's what I've been thinking when I bought the yarn. So it's gonna be a relaxed sweater. It's going to be really nice, I think. And it's still it's not a thick sweater, so it's going to be one of those things that you have all your clothes on, your normal clothes, and you just pull it on top, and it's not too hot. It's not like you're going outdoors with it, but you just get that extra layer of warmth to keep you nice and cozy in the winter. I'm also making a memory blanket. All the events I'm going to when I turned 50 this summer. From that moment on, I've been buying a little mini skein from each event, and I've been making squares that I will make a memory blanket out of. And because there wasn't any yarn to be sold, well, actually there was, but there wasn't supposed to be any yarn to be sold, I asked one of the club members to bring, if they could bring me a mini skein, and I would buy it from them. And one of the club members actually chose two mini skeins that I could choose from, but I absolutely love this color. So this is the color. I think it's a bit like, reminds me of karnikka, a berry that grows up in north. It grows all across Finland, but it's different berry. It's the same berry, but it's different taste berry up in the north. And I know that the person who held the retreat or owns the place, she loves picking karnikka. So this reminds me of karnikka, the berry. It's going to be part of my blanket, and I absolutely love it that I got one from there as well. I also bought for my birthday present for me was my love yarn, the vuona, Jalavilla vuona, also of what the sweater is made of, but this has silk in it as well. So this is the vuona base, but added with silk. And the owner of Jalavilla, Johanna, does these fantasy dyes. You can order a fantasy dye. It could be, I think one time it was a song. You could pick a song and she would be inspired by the song and then dye a color. And I said that I wanted Summer 76. There was this one song during that summer that was a big hit that I love, Summer's Child. And then she dyed me 50-gram skeins of this yarn. And I've knitted about half, maybe a bit more, but about a half of the first skein. And this is going to be an absolutely lovely scarf. It's very basic because I wanted the yarn to really pop out, and I didn't want it to be too complicated so that you could actually see how beautiful and adorable the yarn is. So I'm going to be going with increases for 2 skeins. Then the middle part is going to be twisted stitches because it's just knit one, purl one. It's going to be twisted stitches for the first one skein, and then 2 skeins you're going to be decreasing, so it's going to be like a nice shape. And there's going to be that twist in the middle, twisted stitches and a twist, exactly. And the edges are they're not as nice as I'd want them to be at the moment, but I know that when I block it out, it's going to be really good. And there's going to be like a little, not just normal I-cord or picked up stitches that you could do on the round. And it doesn't actually matter even though they're not even, because it's just a little something nice around the edges. I started like 4 or 5 times making this scarf, and I just wasn't happy with it. And even this in the beginning, it just went wonky, and I wasn't sure about it, but it turned out really nicely. The one knit one pearl one was actually suggested by one of the club members, and it works out really nicely in the scarf. And you can get sort of stretchiness into the scarf, which makes it a bit more versatile, I think. So it was a lovely weekend, and I've been thinking about the knitting community and what makes it a community, because it's not just people getting together or people going to one event. You don't get the feeling of a community every time. And I just made a realization here of one event. It's not enough. And I don't know what the glue is. What makes it like feeling together and feeling that we are all part of something bigger? I don't know. Have you got answers for me? I'd love to hear. Put it down in the comments if you've got answers for what makes a community. And I'm just so thrilled. I know that I'm really tired because it was a rough weekend, spending so much time with other people, but still I'm sort of happily exhausted, if you know what I mean. And I know that I need to rest this week because next weekend is going to be a similar rush of happiness that you just see and feel people. And it's going to be absolutely lovely. I'm going to enjoy myself so much. I hope you had a lovely week. I'm so glad that you are here. You are so important to me as well, because I just love telling people about my knitting and everything on the knitting sphere that I've been to and I've seen. And every like, every subscriber, I have a one subscriber again. Thank you very much. Every single one of you means so much to me, and I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm happy if you come back. I hope to see you soon, maybe next week, and I just hope that you have so much joy knitting your little bits and bobs you are doing this week. See you again. Bye.